G'day YouTube, my name's Lance and welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, the weather report. Look, it's been hot and muggy and it's been just steaming hot, but the last 2 days, it's the 1st of April now, and the last 2 days we've had a winter change, and instead of the nor'easter hot breezes we get, we've had a pleasant change to the sou'easters. So look, we've been enjoying that. It's really nice working weather. The daytime temperature today is supposed to get to around 27 and nighttime temperatures are down to 17. And so, yeah, look, it's a pleasant change because we really had a bit of hot weather rattling us around, and we were just sweating and sweating and sweating, and whatever you did, you were just hot and bothered. So, so anyway, that's hopefully it stays for a little while, and pardon me, and we're staying for a little while. Well, this is where you get the most work done of the year coming up, hopefully, because it's just more comfortable to do it. But in saying that, I've got the old 6-speed gearbox just sitting here. I've just about rattled that over. She's finished. But I probably won't get any mechanicking videos done this weekend. That's just how it goes. As you know, I'm a bit husky in the throat. Last weekend we went up to Agnes Water and spent the weekend up there with the nephews and took the grandkids up and all that, and yeah, little fella had a bit of a sniffle, so yeah, so he's kind enough to share it with me. And, but yeah, look, not crook at all, just a bit husky in the throat and things like that. So yeah, no bed rest for me. I've been having a few scotches. Someone bought me a bottle of Ballantine's whiskey. Oh geez, that's nice stuff. I've been knocking that over the last 2 evenings, just in case. Medicinal purposes only. I wouldn't dream of it otherwise. But well, look, we had a great weekend up at Agnes. I went down the beach one morning early before everyone got out of bed, and I took a little bit of footage for you, just of the bay where we were, and a quick walk around the caravan park. Agnes Water Holiday Park, I think they call it, and they've got these glamping tents, and it's like a tent, but you have your own amenities and it's air-conned, and you just walk out to your balcony and just look out over the beach. Look at it, it's bloody beautiful. I'm thinking of just going up and having a bit of a run in one of them. Yeah, just to say I've done it. We took the caravan up, and like I say, a couple of nephews, one from Banana came in, and yeah, one from Wandai, and the families came in. So look, it was great fun, but no shed work, and so I'm getting a bit behind. Oh well, I don't know if I'm behind or not, but anyway, there just won't be any. And those who watch the channel will know that over in the corner there, I've had an old 1928 Chevy, and look, it's a project I got into 7 or 8, 9 years ago, something like that. And anyway, I got stiffed on a few parts and things like that, and I just sort of went cold on the project really, and I couldn't get myself back organised into it, and I had no interest in doing it. And since then I've got the YouTube channel going, and I'm doing my tractor videos, and I'm enjoying doing that, and and everything that goes with doing that. So I'm doing tractors up and going on tractor runs, which we weren't doing at the time, and all that. So anyway, Ross, that works for me in at Queensland Tractor Spares, he's got a 28 Chevy at home, and anyway, we've been yarning away, and I was telling him I wasn't really interested in it anymore, because people often ask me, how you going with the Chevy? Well, to tell you the truth, it's been 5.5 years since I've actually done a single thing on it, and I've just lost interest in it. So anyway, talking to Ross, and I know Ross had been buying a few Fergie 35 tractors around the place. Like those of you who watched the channel for a long time will know I've got a neighbour called Grumpy Dave. And whenever you do anything for Grumpy Dave, it's never any good, and he's been effed over, and he's just a whinging bastard on a good day. And anyway, I did an injection pump up for him, and that's the only job I've charged him for that I can recall. And anyway, next thing I got these blokes downtown saying, did you root Dave's injection pump up? He reckons it's up the shit. And oh no. So anyway, I went over and saw him, and what's going on? You know, I've been hearing around town, I buggered your pump up. Oh, well, the bastard won't bloody run now. Anyway, he had a BSP fitting up a JIC thing, and he had all these fittings rooted up, and I tried to help him, but anyway, he's just one of them blokes you can't, and so I've given up helping. And anyway, he had a Fergie 35, FE35 4-cylinder diesel, and the tractor that went last weekend, the old Farmall AM7D, I got that off Grumpy Dave, just to help him out really, because he had another Fergie and he wanted an engine kit and he couldn't afford one, so we did a deal with a starter motor for one and an engine kit for the other and all that sort of thing. So anyway, we gave him an engine kit for this FE35 4-cylinder diesel, and he was looking for people to help him. You know, I want someone to help me do this engine kit, you know, because I'm disabled. You know, he is a bit dicky down one side. You know, since his stroke, he does have a bit of trouble there. But more ungrateful bloke would be hard to find, I believe. But anyway, a fella Arden helped him put the engine kit in, and anyway, next thing we hear, Arden stuffed the engine up. It's leaking water into the sump. And I know, I've known Arden for years. He used to be my neighbour when I lived in town. And he's not silly, he's just a handy bloke, you know, good fella. And him and his missus, good people. And so anyway, they come out and had a look again, and they pulled the head off and had a look because it was getting water into the sump, and he must have wrecked something and bloody rah-de-rah. So anyway, so Dave kept whinging about this water into the sump. So there's a mechanic around town, Laurie, and Laurie's a massive bloke. Like, he's a renowned massive bloke. He's subcontracts, and everyone knows Laurie knows Massey. So Grumpy Dave gets on to Laurie, and these bastards have stuffed me engine up. Can you pull the head off and put the head back on and bloody have a look, make sure it's not cracked and all that. So Laurie comes out and did him a mates rates thing, $100 for doing the head gasket, and next thing, that bastard stuffed it up and bloody, you know, still getting water into the sump. And anyway, so just grizzling. And so anyway, getting back to the story, Ross that works for me, he bought the tractor off Dave because Dave couldn't afford to fix it, and he's been effed over again, and you know, big sad story. So Ross bought it. Ross didn't need one, he already had one, but I think he bought it just to help him out a bit, I think. But anyway, I'm not sure why he bought it. And anyway, Ross was telling me about it, and he said, I'm pretty sure that that there's not too much wrong with that tractor. He said it hadn't been making water at my place. And anyway, Ross went and bought another tractor as well. As a fella Huey up the road here, and he had a Fergie 35 Deluxe with no mud guards on it, and it had a reduction starter on it. Now, reduction starters go too slow to get them old girls going properly, so anyway, I was going to buy it, but Ross jumped in and beat me to it. So anyway, not to worry, that's how it works, and quick and the dead. And so anyway, Ross and I were yarning at work the other day, and talking about the Chev and what was going on. I said, look, I'm not interested. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll do you a deal. I'll swap you my Chevy and any parts I got for it for those two Fergie 35s. And he says, I'll have to talk to my sons and see if they're interested in, you know, doing a thing with him. And anyway, come back last weekend and he said, look, I had a yarn to young fellas and that, and they reckon, yeah, we'll do that. So we said, all right. So this weekend I've got the Chevy out. Ross took it yesterday, Sunday, and he's coming back this morning. I've got another couple of pallets of parts here for it, and he's dropped the two Fergie 35s off. So in 3 weeks I've gained 3 Fergie 35s, but Grumpy Dave's tractor, like, he just started it up and drove it off the tractor. It starts well for one of those 4 cylinders. And so anyway, I've been having a look at it, and I put a pressure tester on it, and they run at about 4 to 7 pound, depending on what you want to do. 4 pounds plenty for one of them, and an old tractor. So anyway, I thought I'll really test this bastard. So I popped him up to 12 psi on my pressure tester, and look, it held it all day yesterday. I'd go and have a look. Then I'd let the pressure out and have a look at the water level, and yeah, no difference. And I left it on overnight, and it did drop a little bit overnight, but that can be expected. And so this morning I got over to the tractor and I thought, oh well, I'll see if there's any water in the sump, and just to see. So I drained the sump plug a bit, and oh yeah, there was water there, a bit of water, but the radiator was at the exact level I left it last night. So anyway, this morning I dropped the oil out, and I was on the grumpy Dave about cleaning the sump out. And I said, get all the water out of the sump, and it had no oil filter in it. He didn't put an oil filter in because that was holding moisture. And so anyway, this morning I thought, right, I'll put a little bit of effort into this old girl, just to know what I got. When you get something new, you like to have a fiddle. So this morning I dropped the oil out and I pulled the plate off the side of the sump where the screen is. Well, holy dooly, I've never seen so much shit in my life. No wonder every time he bloody changed the oil, he was getting water in the oil. I got my hand in there and I just scraped out about half an inch of slop and sludge and all that. And this is an engine that had been done up, so I have no doubt that it was getting water in it at one stage, but with Laurie redoing the head gasket and all that sort of thing, I think they probably buggered the head gasket putting it on. Now Laurie's got it, it's all right, so I think. So anyway, so this morning so far I've cleaned all the sump out, and I've got rags. I've flushed diesel in there with a little paintbrush, and I've got rags up in there, and I can just fit my fat mitt up in there and have a wipe around, and I've got it as clean as I can. I've cleaned the oil filter housing, put a filter in it, and I've got a couple of dregs of drums of engine oil I've had over the time, so I've just poured them in. They're diesel engine oil, so I've just poured them in just for something to lubricate it, and I've just been running it out there for the last hour and a half, and to my knowledge it hasn't made any water at all. The level looks good. Now it's all hot right up to operating temperature. I've pressure tested it up to 12 pound again, so I'm going to go out shortly and have a look and see how that's going. And but yeah, look, I think his problem was that he was just too lazy to clean the sump out properly. And no doubt when they put the new liners, and like it's got new liners, pistons, rings, big end bearings, the whole lot through it. I don't think they did the head. I did the injection pump a while ago for him, and I wouldn't mind betting it's got a little dicky injector. I can just hear a little flutter. And anyway, so I started it and run it this morning, and look, it starts and runs well for an old 4-cylinder. They weren't known for that. No glow plugs, and every tractor Dave gets, he cuts all the wiring out and chucks it away. So there's 2 wires on the whole tractor. It's bloody unreal. But anyway, look, it looks to be a good thing. I hope it is. It's a single stage clutch one. Now, you can get a deluxe 35 with a double clutch, and you can get a single clutch one. So this is a single clutch one. Now, my gold and grey petrol is a single clutch, and they're the same as a TE20 to use. You've got to have your foot off your clutch for your hydraulics to work. And this is a single stage clutch one, and he's mucked around with the clutch one time, but he had to put 2 plates in because he was so impatient he bent the plate. Anyway, another story, that one. But anyway, the rest of the tractor seems okay. Jeff Parsons, have a look up V8 Fergie, Arsgadoff or something like that it is. Anyway, that's Jeff. I should have written that down. Sorry, Jeff. But have a look. He's popped a little Holden 253 V8 into a TE20, and I've always had a bit of an inkling of dropping an old flathead V8 into a TE20. Into a 35 actually, because I like the 35 because it's got the high-low and all that sort of thing on it. So I'm sort of half on the lookout for a side valve V8. I don't want a cheapie. I don't want to spend. There was one in the paper today for $18,000 or something or other, and it's got alloy heads and everything. Well, I don't want that. I just want a nice little. I want to keep it discreet, so you've got to actually look at the tractor twice to see what's going on with it. So but look, when that happens, who knows? It's probably years away by the time I get my ducks in a row. But the 35 I got last stew, I mentioned the glow plugs in the side of the head. Now, the 4-cylinder 23C engine, they did have a cold start head on some of them, and I've never owned one before, and these 2 new tractors I bought, I swapped Ross for. The other one is a deluxe version, and they picked it up cheap, but it's got original gauges, 3,600 hours on it, and everything seems to be working there. So anyway, it might be worth popping Grumpy Dave's engine into, and I don't know the state of the engine on that one yet, but it'll do up as a nice deluxe tractor, but it hasn't got a cold start head on it. But what they've done, the people that have done it, this is the body of an original glow plug, and they were like the international harvesters. They'd come in, they'd do the loop, heat that loop up, and then they'd go along. And if you had one glow plug out in the system, the whole system wouldn't work. So at some stage, someone's drilled the guts out of this, and they've gone and got a Japanese 10.5 volt glow plug, and they've tapped a thread in here, and so they've put the modern type glow plugs in. Great idea. These are in parallel, so if you have one of these go out, it doesn't matter, the rest will still work. Where in the others, because they're in series, if you had one weak link in the whole system, it wouldn't work, and you had to have a resistor up in under the dash to drop the voltage enough so you didn't burn them out, sort of thing. So, and the other type too, because it was a coil down the end there, with the coil, if the engine was getting a bit old, sometimes you get a carbon build up in the pre-combustion chamber, and you'd pop a brand new glow plug in there, and it'd short straight out. So people would say, those bloody those glow plugs you sold me burned out straight away, they're shit. But it's actually, they have to clean the hole out properly and go from there. So yeah, the one outside, the one I picked up last week with the cold start head, it starts and runs. It's a bit tired, but I haven't had a chance to have a good fiddle with that yet. I will have a fiddle with it. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, the others, I'll just get them in out of the weather. So at the moment, I've just got shit everywhere in the shed here. I got all my Chevy stuff out, and I've got the Chevy out, and I've repacked the pallet racking behind where I've taken Chevy parts out, and I've got the Farmall 100 sitting in there, and the John Deere sitting in there. And now I've got room for another 4 tractors on that side of the shed there, but under the pallet racking at the back, I've got good space to put some of the Fergie parts. I'm getting that many Fergie parts around, and I'm a bugger for not putting them back properly. So I need a bit of a toad in the hole. I'll get something out and I'll fix that later, but then I don't. So this weekend there's no mechanic, and I'm just trying to tidy up the shed and get it all as clean and tidy as I can, and get stuff sorted out. Now the 1948 TE20 that I've done a lot of videos on over the time, I brought it out into a working bay 6-12 months ago, but then I went and bought 135s and things. So I can take advantage of that working bay, I'm actually going to pop it on a pallet again and put it up on the pallet racking out of the way. I don't know when I'm going to get back to that. I need to finish this 6-speed tractor, do the series on that. There's probably another 50 episodes of that yet, who knows. And I've got the multi-power 135 to play with too. So at the moment we've got a TEA20, a TED20, a TEF20, an FE35 petrol, 3 FE35 diesels, a 135 6-speed, a 135 multi-power, 2 Farmall 100 high clearances, a John Deere 420 high crop, a John Deere 420 old shitter S special model, 2 John Deere 1640s. I've got the 1640 four-wheel drive to get together. Yeah, John Deere 2030. My 4600 out the front that I might get to one day, and my Ford 3550 front end loader that does a fair bit of the heavy lifting around the place. So I've got plenty happening. Not short of a job, but yeah, the 48 T20, it's going to go on the back burner once more. I haven't really done anything to it. The engine's all finished, sitting on a pallet there, and yeah, the tractor's sitting there. I haven't done the axles or anything yet, so it's going to go on the back burner once more. We will get to it one day, but it's just I'm looking at getting these tractors going, so we'll see how we go with that. Next weekend there's a tractor show just north of Bundaberg. It's called Tegigi, TEGGEE, I think, or something like that. It's up near Avondale. You'll see the hall on the right there if you're coming out of Bundaberg. We're going up there. We're going to take the gold tractor up there for the weekend and have a bit of a muck around. They have a bushman's dinner there, $20 a head, and it's corn, meat and veggies and all that in the old stockman's dinner. And look, it's great. We booked in to go to that. And so what happens in the shed next weekend, who knows? If we go up there Friday, Saturday, we'll have to come home Sunday, but we'll just see, perhaps I've got time. If I finish cleaning this bloody shed up, on Monday it'll be a bit of filming time, hopefully. And we've got meetings this week. One of our bookkeeping ladies is having a kid, so we're looking at subletting the bookwork out for the business. And our point of sale program that we've had for 12 years, they come and saw us the other day and said because the security in that is the old type and it's a Windows 98 based program or something or other, that Microsoft is no longer supporting upgrades to the back room of that, so therefore Sharp Bundaberg can't upgrade. And they've got a new version out now, 7, that runs on Windows 10, so we probably need to upgrade to that. Better security and all that, and that'll give us website integration, and subletting the bookwork out, well, that'll give us bookwork integration. Now, we've taken the end of day sales figures and we put it into our software program every week, and the invoices and that, so that will all be integrated, so that'll take quite a bit of work off the bookkeepers and make it cheaper to sublet it. But anyway, the upgrades to that $7,000. So I said, what? And I said, you walk in here and tell me from the 1st of April that you can't support it. And they said, oh, we'll keep you going, but any upgrades of that, or that they're just not continuing with version 6, build 149, I think it is. It's got to go to the 7. So anyway, so big sting in the pocket there. But anyway, that's how it goes in business sometimes. If you want to keep up and keep secure and keep everything out, you've got to dip your hand in your pocket. But business hasn't been that good that, you've got that extra floaties floating around. So anyway, we'll just see how it goes. So look, I'll go handheld here for a bit. I'll just take you for a quick walk around the shed, show you a couple of the new tractors. Well, they don't look real new. One of them's got a Uber muffler on it. Ooh, I nearly bought it just because of that. But yeah, I'll take you for a walk and a quick scout around, and just out of interest. And yeah, look, we'll catch up with you next week, eh? Well, here we are. We're just stuck at Agnes here, doing it tough. And from our camp, with the end caravan here. So that's our little setup there. Jude's just packing the bed up now. It's our last day, and that's our view. So we should be able to hone in on that a little bit, hey? So we can sit there and have a look at that. That's pretty good, isn't it? And up the top here, these are glamping tents you can buy, or you can hire. So yeah, look, they're only, well, I think we were looking yesterday, $150 an evening or something like that. But yeah, they're all set up, amenities out the back and everything. So no they would have a lovely view down there as well. And as we walk down to the beach, we've got a little coffee shop there. That's just getting wound up for the day. They're not open just yet. It's quite early. And you can sit out here and just look down the beach. We've got a light background so it flashes out a bit. But then we have all the garden area here. Great shade for kids. And there's these little beach units. There's quite a run of those. And from your veranda, you look straight down the beach. But the best looking little shacks here, I think, are these ones. There's only a couple of these. And they're right on the beach, like there's the beach there. And that's a nice looking little place, isn't it? That's 2 units, 2 separate ones. They have their own showers and things like that, so that's a pretty nice little setup. I'm not sure how much they are, we haven't looked at that, but when you go back in, you can just run up towards the coffee shop, and that's our camp just there. It's a very handy indeed, lovely spot. That's another view of those beach units with their own little walkway right down onto the beach. And just as the sun's coming up, this is what we have to look at for the day. There's a rocky outlook over here. That's where the sun's coming up from, that's east. And through the day there's people out there surfing and mucking around, you know, on stand-up paddle boards and things like that. But as we come around through here, everyone's just getting going for the day. The tide's out. This is the high tide mark there, you can see. The top mark was a big high tide with a full moon the other day. The second mark down has been the last tide that we've had. But if we zoom in up the beach there a little bit, there's some more units you can hire at Agnes Water. They all have beach access. And then we come around the bay here. Then right out towards the tip there, that's the houses up at 1770. There's a town here in Australia called the town of 1770. And I think that's round hill up the top there. There, look, lovely little spot. So if you come to Australia, just come up here and have a look. We've had the relations up here all weekend, it's been great. This is the first morning I haven't had the little grandson out here for a stroll. They went home yesterday with his dad, so yeah, we're a pair of old grey nomads now, bumming around. Well, all this mess here Look at this. Hey? Such a bloody good working dog. But yeah, look at all the mess around here. I've got engine sitting over there. That's a T20 we're going to shift out. The boat's going to end up over near where the 1640 is. The gold tractor, a bloke's given me a carb he had a bit of trouble with, and so I run through it and we can't seem to get it going properly. I've had it apart here 4 times trying it on the gold tractor, and I just cannot work out what's wrong with it at the moment. So the Carbia Goldie's sitting there, so I've got to finish that today. But yeah, we've got all bits and pieces that we've taken out of places, and we've got the 420 here, one of the Farmall 100s out the back here. I've got the old rider mowers and engines and all that jammed up the top there, out of the weather. But over this area here, that's where we'll be putting all the Fergie parts, because all in through here near where that chair is, that's all Fergie parts. They're all 135 parts. And then that box in through the back there, that's all Fergie parts. And then when we go across there, that's Ferguson and Farmall parts. And you know, new brake drums and things that we've been sponsored with and that. So everything's going to get a bit of a tidy up. Yeah, I popped the brakes just to check the springs on the multi-power 135, so I can pop the wheel back on that and keep that old girl going. So that one goes, and this one goes, the old gold one. It'll go shortly. The 135 6-speed. That's where we are with that at the moment. I'm ready to do the back end. They're Chevy parts for Ross. A couple of pallets worth still with a bonnet and new tubes and things like that. But look, we'll go for a walk outside. Right, this is one of the 35s, and this is one I could have bought for $800, but this is one I was saying Ross beat me to it, and fella come to the counter with it, and they've got the starter off buggering around with a gear reduction starter, but someone's put a dry air cleaner on, but I do have another one for that. But it was a deluxe tractor, 3,600 hours. You give it a quick tow and away it goes. But yeah, their starter motor, it's just got starter motor troubles. It sat down better than that. I've just lifted the bonnet fiddling. You'll notice there's no glow plugs on the side of the head or anything like that. But those gear reduction starters don't seem to be the way to go with these. But yeah, I'm not sure of the plans for that. It was just a deal, and like I say, I was sick of the Chevy. Not interested in it at all. And so I decided to turn it into a tractor. Or two. Here's old Sansa dog. I've got to keep her tied up at the moment. She's taken a liking to chasing some cows next door. So anyway, kick her in the arse. And this is Grumpy Dave's old tractor. There's just 2 wires hanging there, nothing's hooked up, just a straight pipe. Oh, the air cleaner, I've taken the air cleaner bowl off, that was half full of water. When we come around here, well, the gauge has lost a little bit there now, so it'll be interesting to see if there's anything in the sump. And yeah, just an old Fergie, nothing special about it. But like I say, I was just interested in moving the Chevy along and doing tractors. This will give me more opportunity, a few more videos buggering around with stuff. So anyway, see how we go with all that.